And the Wizards ready to get to work on their home court. Hi everyone, time to get into it. You know, Greg, neither of these teams are at full health here, both contending with injury.
Yeah, and it's a shame, really. You always want to see teams at full strength, but there's no asterisk because this game's going to count just the same.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. Walker Kessler is out there with Filipowski. And it's Collier in at the point guard. Here's Washington now. That's good for George on the assist from Poole.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's Filipowski. Back to Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. Hands it from downtown.
Already a solid shooter. When you play off Markkanen, you risk getting burned.
Sarr sets the screen for Poole. And it's sent back by Kessler. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
That's good from Poole. GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
All free throws good from Poole. And an unfortunate trend for the Utah Jazz stand the past couple seasons, losing the battle of possessions.
Yeah, Kevin, and that's hard to overcome. When you turn the ball over at a high rate, and then at the other end, you don't force any turnovers, you're losing that possession game all the time. Now, fortunately, they rebound the ball well, and that helps a little, but it doesn't totally solve the problem.
Now, here's Poole after Colin Sexton's miss. Poole, no good. For Utah, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Kessler, screen on Poole. Back to Markkanen. And the Jazz, another 3.
How about the shooting stroke from Markkanen, appearing very comfortable pulling the trigger from deep.
Poole, the pass to Middleton. Back to Poole. Pass to Sarr. The rebound by the Jazz.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And so Poole will bring it up for the Wizards. Trailing by 2, here's Carrington. And here is Poole. And another miss by Washington. Here's Collier. Pass to Filipowski. Kessler with it. Defended by George. Markkanen with it. The Jazz working the ball around now. Sexton's shot is good.
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up.
Sarr, the pass to Middleton. Pass to Carrington. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
And there's no question, Markkanen has a pure stroke, terrific on the catch and shoot.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks very much. Brian Keefe shared a few moments with me. He talked about the challenges that come with playing against Lauri Markkanen. Coach said you have to know where Lauri is at all times because he's so effective playing off the ball. He's a knockdown shooter and a smart cutter. And he moves extremely well for his size. This team's got a lot of respect for the mobile 7-footer. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David.
And using the quickness to his advantage there. Sexton getting some momentum behind him so he can put that one down.
Pass to Song. 36 seconds left to play here in the first. George with a screen on Sexton. Carrington, that's good.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now, here's Markkanen. He's got 8. There's 14 seconds left in the first. And it's Collier missing. Pass to Poole. Can't get it to fall.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Lauri Markkanen getting it done for the Jam. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back to the action in just a minute. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
So on the floor for Utah, they've got Filipowski. And it's Springer in at the shooting guard. You know, Stan, it sometimes seems that coaches get themselves ejected on purpose to fire up their team. Am I on the right track there or not?
Well, Kevin, certainly it happens with some guys. There have certainly been guys, Jerry Sloan, Don Nelson, who would do some of that.
How about you? How about you?
Now, Kevin, you know me. All I always ever tried to do was help the referees because we all just want to get to the right call, and I could help them in that.
You did all the time.
As much as I could, but they were not receptive.
And Utah making a change here. Williams has checked in. And Johnson drops them both. Here's George. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. 9 feet out. Count that one. Sensabaugh's got his first 2 points.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow them.
Here's George after the basket by Washington. Drilled from 11 feet out.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Wizards trail by 3. Pass to Champagnie. Johnson outside. From downtown, drills it from outside. Johnson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thank you. The Utah Jazz last season became one of the first teams in the league to move their games to broadcast television. It's a gamble, but they just about tripled their reach. And with the rapid growth in the region, they have a chance to attract new fans. And Kevin, no doubt, other NBA teams are keen to see how this goes.
Oh, David, no question at all. We thank you for your report.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
Smart against George. And that one drops.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Smart deciding where to go with it. To the inside, Johnson. And it's Johnson with the jam.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants to talk to his guy.
Substitution on the court.
Kessler passes to Collins. Kessler against Middleton. And the foul called on Alex Saw. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Washington on D. It's a three-point game. Well, Greg, over the last few seasons, one area of consistency for the Jazz has been their rebounding.
Yeah, and they have some size, and they make controlling the boards a focal point. When you're playing Utah, you better be ready to put a body on somebody.
Out to the wing. Here's Champagnie. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Champagnie's got the lead up to 6 now for Washington.
The correct decision by Middleton, moving to his wide-open teammate, Chris, a terrific passer off the wing.
Pass to Collier. There's the lob to Markkanen. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Here's Sarr. Nothing on the board. Back to Poole. 14 feet away. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got his 4th rebound in this one. So Colin Sexton is 6'3". He has the frame of a point guard, clearly. But damn, his game is putting up points, and he can do it in a hurry.
Yeah, and Kevin, look, he's done it pretty efficiently in recent years. We have a lot of point guards in the league who are primarily scorers. And Sexton, though, you've also got to give him credit. He's made great strides as a playmaker.
He has indeed. The first free throw is good. Greg Colin Sexton, still so young. He entered the league when he was just 19.
Yeah, drafted back in 2018. Sexton has a few years left in his 20s, so you expect him to continue to expand his game and improve on both ends.
George is checked in for the Wizards. Filipowski, he's checked in for the Jazz. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And for the Jazz, the last few seasons, Coach, have been a period of rebuilding.
Yeah, it has, Kevin. You know they acquired a lot of draft capital when they traded Gobert and Mitchell, and they've since drafted a lot of young talent and still have plenty of picks to work with.
And Poole gets it to go.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the end.
Here's Collier. Still scoreless. Right side Markkanen. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
3-point field goal.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
That shot wide open. Middleton's got his first points in this one.
And this is Middleton's game. He's thinking of shooting it even before the pass hits his hands.
Here's Collier. Left side Markkanen. From the arc. Drills the three-pointer. Markkanen's got 8 points in the quarter. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Washington out in front, up 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, it seemed like you all were dictating tempo in the first half. How did you do that?
Okay, we're getting the stops, grabbing the rebound now, trying to push and try to get the best shot available.
Problem solved in transition. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Run. They're measuring up the shot. So sorry. Let's hear it for our participant.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Lauri Markkanen having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
And so Poole will bring it up for the Wizards. They lead by 1. George is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Jordan Poole. Then it's Sarr, and it's Carrington in at the 2 guard. So that's who Brian Keefe starts the second half with. Now, here's Sexton. Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again. And then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. That's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as that.
It's difficult trying to throw Middleton off his rhythm. Remarkable job staying with that shot.
Here's Collier. Still yet to score. Markkanen, good. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes. And what I love about Markkanen, he takes care of the basketball. And that's a result of being patient, playing smart, and just generally getting his points within the flow of the offense.
From outside the arc. And it's Carrington missing. Utah leading. Pass to Collier. Here's Filipowski. Sexton for 3. And Utah another 3.
You know, the timing, the rhythm, I'm a big fan of when Sexton can just catch and shoot.
Poole kicks to George. Back to Poole. Over Collier. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Now, here's George. After Colin Sexton's miss. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Filipowski. That is his first foul of the game. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Jazz with some changes. Sensabaugh is checked in, and Georgia subbed in for Collier. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Now, here's Poole. 5 points in the game. Count it. Good.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Jazz leading by 3. Pass to Markkanen.
2 minutes.
High post, Kessler. Now George. Guarded by Smart. 5 to shoot. Filipowski passes to Markkanen. 16 feet away. Again, the Jazz score.
And you want to get a hand up on those mid-range shots from Markkanen. Very consistent from that area.
Pass to Poole. 1:33 left to play here in the third. George looking around. Here's Sarr. And it's sent back by Kessler. Outside, Markkanen. Now, Kessler. Here's Filipowski. Pass to George. Nice ball movement by Utah. Shoots the 3. Drops in the tray. George has got the lead up to 8 now for Utah.
And developing that three-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Outside, Smart. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Poole, the pass to Sarr. Poole with it. Takes a three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Poole's got 5 points now this quarter.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Filipowski. Outside, Markkanen. Filipowski passes to Markkanen. And here's George for three. Rebound by the Wizards. A drive by Poole. And the foul called on Alex Soft. That's foul number 2 for him. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Substitution on the court.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Jazz lead by 5. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. It's a 5-point game, and so in the game for the Jazz, George out there with Williams. Then it's Martin, and it's Potter in at the 5, home in the paint. 6 to shoot. Smart against George. The 3. And Jones pulls it down. Washington's gone 7 of 9 on three-pointers tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. Here's Johnson. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Pass to Sensabaugh. And there's the drive. Here's Potter. Outside, Martin. And here is Williams. Over Jones. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Now here's Smart. Pass to Johnson. Washington needs to get a shot off here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And on top of that, they've really been dialed in from deep, just dropping triple after triple.
First free throw is good, so Utah ends up going with the new group. And so he hits both. Jazz leading by 3. Outside, Markkanen. Pass to Collier. Now here's Markkanen. Shot clock at 6. Now Kessler. To the middle. Here's Collier. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Jazz lead by 5. Washington's gone 7 of 9 on three-pointers tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. Middleton the pass to Sarr. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 3 assists in the game.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
Kessler setting the pick for Sexton. Off target from three-point range.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Middleton. Sarr with it. Poole finds Middleton. To tie it up. Bangs home the trifecta. And that'll tie this game up.
And the pressure just doesn't get to Middleton. In fact, he enjoys, embraces it, loves the opportunity to take the big shot.
Now here's Markkanen. Outside Sexton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Alex Sarr.
And how about the explosiveness of Sexton, a crafty floor general who is consistent in how hard he attacks the defense.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And Washington making a change here. George is checked in. And he ends up making the second, and that gives them the lead.
Well, not a perfect trip to the line, but he gets the one he needed to put them in the driver's seat.
Now, here's Poole. Defense right on him. And it's George missing.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Markkanen against Middleton. Here's Kessler. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Kessler's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, what I want to know, where is the communication defensively?
Well, I can tell you, this kind of defense will drive coaches crazy.
Now, here's Poole. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
What a costly turnover. Those are the ones that keep you up at night.
51 seconds left in the game. Markkanen looking it over. Pass to Collier. Picked by Markkanen. 6 to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Brian Keefe talked to his team during the break. He challenged his team. He said they're not going to give us this one. We have to take it from them, starting now. We'll see if that message resonated. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. .30 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Carrington, defended by Sexton. Pass to Poole. Fires the three. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game. 15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. The three from George. Kessler with the rebound. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Third personal foul. Fourth team foul.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
At the line for 2.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
And here's Poole for 3. Connects from downtown.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
Well, he's firing away with confidence from downtown. The defense better adjust to this, and fast.
It's tipped. Poole with the steal. And so it's Utah who scraped by with the win.